Hey, what's up guys? It's Scares here. Now our first story for today comes from the YouTuber known as Dhar Mann. So Dhar Mann is one of the top YouTubers on the whole platform. He has nearly 20 million subscribers. He makes over 250 million views a month. I mean, this guy is massive on YouTube. He has a huge platform. Well, if you don't watch Dhar Mann videos, essentially this guy has videos with actors in them where they are obviously playing out a story, and the story will have a happy ending, and usually it's to give people a life lesson. So these are videos that are supposed to teach people good lessons, and obviously people like the idea of his videos, but some of the actors in these videos are now claiming that they were underpaid, and they're saying here that they apparently cannot make enough money to even pay rent. There's also been actors that have worked for him in the past that are saying here that he fires a lot of people. Now this whole situation has blown up over the past few days because some of these actors have actually started to protest outside of Dhar Mann's studios.
Hey!
Faces seen here is fired, because that's kind of what happens on this show. A lot of people have been fired previously for speaking out and asking questions, and that's why we decided to come together as a collective and make our voices heard. But that seems to have not worked, but we're still here, we're talking. And, you know, we're just taking it sort of moment by moment, day by day, seeing what's going to happen.
So they're protesting outside of his studio, trying to ask for better pay. And you can tell these people are motivated. And some of these actors are saying that they're going to go there every single day to protest until they get a response from Dhar Mann. So they're really upset with him. Now, many of the comments that we've been seeing on social media since this whole thing happened have been people saying that Dhar Mann needs to take his own advice from his videos, that he should be the one coming out as the good guy right now. Now, one of these proclaimed actors is actually pretty big on social media, and he posted this. He says, "Today, me and my fellow actors protested outside our workplace at Dhar Mann Studios, and this is why. First, we tried to give feedback individually. We were punished and ignored. Then we got a group together and sent a letter. We asked to meet with Dhar. We waited a week and a half, and then we got our meeting. He did not show up to this meeting. Instead, he flew on a private jet to Aspen. We were told that another meeting would be scheduled, so we waited another week and a half. Then we were told we would not get a meeting at all. We wanted a meeting, we still want a meeting until we do #protest Dhar Mann." So these guys are claiming that Dhar Mann is literally avoiding their meetings and flying around in private jets. I mean, this is insane considering, like, if you actually watch his content, it's the opposite of this, right? So it looks like Dhar Mann just responded today. He posted on his Instagram, and in this response, it looks like his studio was thanking people for supporting them right now. And they say, "For background, we did arrange an in-person hour-long meeting with the actor representatives and two of our most senior leaders, including our head of production, in hopes of understanding concerns prior to any protest. During that meeting, the actor representatives refused to communicate any concerns and instead walked out." Now, this could be because the actors thought that Dhar Mann was actually going to be there at the meeting, but he wasn't, like that one actor said in his Instagram post. But then Dhar Mann Studios releases the amount of money they pay their actors. They say here that the extras receive $18 an hour, and the speaking role actors receive $33 to $44 an hour. Now, we've done some research on wages for actors and extras in the LA area, and this is definitely on the low end, but there have been stories of people being paid this before. The issue here is that Dhar Mann Studios themselves are making insane money. I mean, the views these guys are pulling in is ridiculous, and then their own actors and extras are saying that they can't pay their own rent.
And there are a lot of issues at hand here, but one of the main issues is that not a single actor that works at Dhar Mann Studios can afford rent. This is a show that has millions of views across multiple social media platforms. Videos are shot, edited, posted. Things haven't really gotten better for us.
Then they say that yesterday, a group of protesters, the people we showed, interfered with two productions that were taking place. We want to apologize to the crew members and actors affected by these protesters and for the stress it may have caused. So they are not apologizing to the protesters themselves. Instead, they are apologizing to their crew members because they say that it caused them stress that people were protesting outside the building. So whether this was Dhar Mann himself or someone representing Dhar Mann Studios, this obviously means that they feel like they were in the right in the situation. They just don't think that anything went wrong here. They think that they actually paid them a competitive wage. And to be honest, we can't really show you many responses to this Dhar Mann post because they did disable comments and there just isn't a lot of people talking about this right now. And our next story for today is some really good news. I'm sure you all have heard about this. This is from PewDiePie. He just recently announced that he is having a baby with his wife, Marcia. And there's definitely been a share of silly responses on social media after this was announced. But people are seriously wondering, what exactly is this baby going to speak? Because PewDiePie speaks Swedish, Marcia speaks Italian, they live in Japan now. What is this baby going to speak? Is he going to speak a bit of everything? I mean, who knows? But when you really think about it, PewDiePie blew up about 10 years ago, right? So it's been a long time, and PewDiePie is now finally going to have a kid. It's a pretty amazing experience for him and Marcia. And right now, it looks like PewDiePie is living his best life. He's in Japan. Obviously, he's having a great time. Everyone in his vlogs is super happy, and usually it's very calm. So it's pretty cool to see how PewDiePie has grown so much over the years, and a lot of people have been saying this over social media. Now, moving on to our next topic of today's video, we have to cover the YouTuber IShowSpeed. So Speed has been killing it on YouTube. This guy is the top YouTube live streamer. He makes a ridiculous amount of live viewers. But one YouTuber known as Jabroni claims that IShowSpeed could actually be a copyright troll behind the scenes. He says someone who might be one of the biggest copyright trolls in YouTube history has just outed himself. IShowSpeed just admitted to being behind hundreds of copyright claims that he previously denied being involved with. He says for about 2 years, YouTubers who mention IShowSpeed have been getting manually copyright claimed. Anyone who fights back risks losing their channel. Anyone who doesn't loses all the revenue on their video. When confronted in the past, Speed acted very surprised to hear this. Then Jabroni himself says that he himself was targeted by these claims. He says, last summer, I was among the YouTubers who were copyright claimed by Thumb Media or Cardigan or Aegis TM. At the time, everyone assumed that these people were copyright trolls who did not actually represent Speed. Since then, I've gotten numerous DMs from other YouTubers desperately asking for help and advice on how to fight back. Having IShowSpeed in your title and thumbnail is enough for these people to steal all your revenue. These are snippets from different conversations in my DMs. And he shows here that a lot of people were obviously very upset. They felt like their video was completely fair use, but they were getting copyright claimed. Well, a couple days ago, Speed posted this to social media, and it looks like he might be admitting to being behind these claims. This is really strange why he would post this. Just watch this.
YouTube asks y'all to stop spamming about these emails, about the Cardigan and the Thumb Media affiliate. That is me. Just wanted to let y'all know, everybody know that.
So it's really hard to tell why exactly Speed posted that video. I mean, was he told by YouTube to post it? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And that's right, why was Speed potentially claiming a bunch of YouTubers' videos? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Clearly, this guy is very successful. He makes a ton of money, but for some reason, other YouTubers' videos were getting claimed by him. The YouTuber AJ tweeted out saying, what I don't get is why he did this. He would benefit from people talking about him, whether good or bad, like the Paul brothers. Okay, so while I was editing this video, we just received a copyright claim from Thumb Media affiliate on one of our recent videos. I'm not joking. This is a huge coincidence. We just received a copyright claim from what it seems to be one of the things that we're talking about in this story. So I'm wondering if this is actually Speed or what is going on here. So hopefully Speed actually addresses this soon, but in some good news involving Speed, it looks like he donated a ton of money to earthquake relief in Turkey and Syria, which is a big deal right now. And for those of you who don't know, there was a huge earthquake that happened in Turkey and Syria, and apparently through just one stream, Speed was able to collect nearly $200,000 in donations for Turkey, which is pretty insane. And the next thing that we just have to talk about in this video comes from Hogwarts Legacy. Now, Hogwarts Legacy is a new game that I'm sure many of you have been playing. I mean, this is like an incredibly popular game. And this is essentially an open world Harry Potter game. And a lot of people have been enjoying it so far. It's gotten really high reviews and there are a ton of people playing it. Well, there are a lot of people that are upset with this game because J.K. Rowling, if you don't know, has had some pretty controversial comments in the past. And this has to do with what people are saying are transphobic comments that she's made in the past few years. She said things like she's concerned about the huge explosion in young women wishing to transition and also about the increasing numbers who seem to be detransitioning. Also the bathroom debate. I mean, there are a lot of things that she said here that people find very transphobic. And because she is the author of Harry Potter and that makes her associated with this game in some way, people are are upset with others who are playing this game. So creators have been getting bombarded on Twitch and YouTube and everywhere else when they've been playing this game. People are just upset with them because they dislike that they're playing a game that is associated with J.K. Rowling. And there are a lot of creators who sympathize with people being upset with this game, but at the same time, there are a lot of creators saying that they are not supporting J.K. Rowling's comments just from playing this game. Even if they personally don't like what she said, they are not supporting that in any way just by playing the game. And regardless of how much backlash creators were initially getting from trying to stream and play this game, this has still blown up. This game actually is the #1 single player game ever on Twitch. It made over 1.2 million live viewers today. It's never been this big for single player games. We've never seen a single player game hit this many viewers, but there still has been a ton of controversy surrounding this. And our next story for today comes from MrBeast. Okay, so we talk about MrBeast a lot in these videos, and that's because he's the #1 most subscribed YouTuber, but also he might become the #1 most followed person on TikTok as well. That's right, he is now #5 on TikTok with over 74 million followers, and he tweeted this out. He says, "It would be so cool to be the most followed on TikTok and YouTube at the same time." And at the rate that MrBeast is growing on TikTok right now, he really might become #1. MrBeast then tweeted this out. He says, "Our YouTube channel has reached over 600 million different people in the last 90 days, almost 10% of the world's population." And let's get into our next story for today. This comes from a Twitch stream that has been blowing up recently. This is a stream known as Nothing Forever. Now, for those who don't know about this stream, essentially it is an AI Seinfeld comedy stream where they just have endless, AI chatbot comedy where Seinfeld is saying a bunch of stuff using the OpenAI software. Now, the quality here is obviously really bad, but people were just intrigued about this whole thing, and it's been blowing up over the past week or so. Well, a few days ago, while the stream was still running, this parody Seinfeld show went off the rails, and the parody version of Jerry Seinfeld here had actually made some transphobic comments on the mic during like a comedy set. Now, I would try to heavily censor this and try to share it with you guys to show you what he said, but we really can't because actually our last video got age restricted, and to be honest, I don't really know what's happening with the channel right now. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to be very careful here with what we show on the videos from now on, or at least for right now. But after the parody version of Jerry Seinfeld had made those comments, Twitch immediately banned them, okay? So they've been banned off of Twitch. I think Twitch is obviously not very interested in having streams like this where they could just go off the rails. And our final story for today comes from the streamer known as Sliker. Now, I'm sure you guys remember that Sliker was this big streamer who a couple months ago got exposed for trying to essentially scam like almost every single creator on Twitch. I mean, there was a ton of creators who he messaged and tried to get money from, and after he got money from them, he never paid them back. So he was scamming people, like a lot of creators. This was hundreds of thousands of dollars that he was able to scam, and he thought he got away with it, but eventually he got exposed for this, and it turned out to be a massive, massive story. Well, just a few days ago, Twitch finally took action, and they permanently banned Sliker. So he's now off the platform forever. And that's it for the story. There's not much more to the story. We didn't say it was a big story, but Sliker is now permanently banned off of Twitch. And that's it for our video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.